Now that we have our kitchen installed, it's time to add some textures to the cabinets and the countertops. We're just going to make up some new textures and we're going to use those for the whole kitchen. And if we decide to change it later, we can do that with just a couple clicks. For example, if all my countertops are set to a gray marble texture, and I just change that texture in the resource manager, everything in the kitchen will change real easily. So you can see I've got a sink front with the sink and faucet installed, the dishwasher, a drawer base over here. On the other side of my kitchen, we have the countertop with a base cabinet, some wall cabinets, the refrigerator, and the range. So all that's installed, I'm ready to go. What I'm going to do first is go into my resource manager or my tools organization, and I'm going to make up a brand new class in here. So I'm just going to call this one counter. And I'm going to make up another new one and just call it cabinet. And I've got those two new textures made up, or two classes made up. I'm going to double click on this and make sure I check user creation. And I'm going to pick a texture for this one. So this is my cabinet texture. I'm going to search wood. I want these to just be a wood texture. And I'm going to try one that has a little bit of an oak grain to it. I think I'll just try this one for right now. So that's going to be the texture of my cabinets and the doors that are on my cabinets. Now I'm going to go to my counter texture. And for this one, I'm going to search marble to find a texture that I want to try to use here. Now, there's a lot of different countertop textures that we could search. I think I'm just going to try this. Stone marble light texture. Now to change it on the cabinets and the counters, it's as easy as this. Over in the object info palette, I can assign my cabinets with my cabinet class, my doors with my cabinet class. You can see that they've changed already. And my countertop with my counter class. And there we go. Now I'm not a big fan of the wood texture here that I chose, so I'm going to change that. I'm just going back into my cabinet class. And I'm going to try a different wood. There we go. I like that a lot better. I think that looks much nicer. Now it's the same. I have those classes already created. I can do the same thing for the wall cabinets. Some people like to have the doors painted a different color or a different texture, maybe a darker wood on the doors. You can experiment with that a little bit. But that's how easy it is to get the textures onto these different cabinets. It will work the same way for the drawer base and the sink front. Since the sink front has a separate countertop on it, we'll have to assign that one here. You can see how easy it is to change that. Now, if I change that in my organization, then everything that has that class will change. So that's real easy to do that way. You can see how I've got everything changing there pretty easily once you do that a couple of times. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is just add some hardware to this to finish it up. So for my drawer handles, I'm just going to use these black knobs. And for my door handles, I'm going to use these blackened pull arches. And that's how we can add the textures easily to our kitchen cabinets. You don't want to take one of these and try and apply a texture to it. Some people ungroup this and then they end up with a solid addition. It makes a mess of everything. You want to apply all of the textures for the cabinets and counters using the Object Info palette.